Hey, good morning out there, fellow patriots, fellow Americans. Um, Someone that you don't hear a lot about when we talked about in the patriot movements in America, we often go back to the founding fathers for inspiration. But Queen Boudicca, now she was part of the Iceni tribe, queen of the Iceni tribe, or husband by the time of the revolt that she led against the Roman occupation. Um, had passed away, and her husband had set up an agreement with uh, the Romans. Basically, a lot of by this point, by the way, the Iceni tribe was located in Britain. So by this point, many of the Celtic tribes would work together with the Romans. The Romans would set up little garrisons in their towns, and story has it that when her husband died, that the Romans did not honor the agreement that he had with them, right? And that the Romans defiled her daughters, Boudicca's two daughters, sexually, and then flogged her, and basically sending her a message. We're not going to honor the old agreements. So Queen Boudicca rallied a few of the Celtic tribes, including obviously the Icenes. And she basically said, listen, we need to, you guys need to fight like men, talking to these men, right? You need to fight like men because I'd rather be free than a slave. And she inspired these various Celtic tribes to unite. They went and rampaged through 3 cities, one of which is modern day London. And these were the Romans had set up shop, and then the cities were, razed to the ground. And here in America, we have a gun culture, right? Especially you see this in the Midwest and the South. Very gun. They take pride in their guns. And all I heard about for several years in these patriot movements was, well, if the government ever tries to do a hard flex, that's it. We're going, we're not going to have it, right? You heard all of this gun-toting bravado for decades by these people in Texas, and the South, and the Midwest. And yet when 2020 happened, which would have been, you think from what they talk, the way they talk, that would have been the time that was ripe to do something like that. And 2020 came and went without a whimper from the Patriot movement, from the Patriots. 2021 came and went without a whimper from the Patriot movements. What happened to all this tough talk that we own guns, right? What happened to all this tough talk that we own guns? What happened? What happened? Nothing. Because, see, freedom has nothing to do with a foreign object. It has nothing to do with having, whether you have a gun or not. It's within you. It's a biospirit. The American spirit is a biospirit. See, just not anybody's an American, right? You can come here, you can get your green card, you could even become a citizen. It doesn't make you an American. To be an American is a biospirit. Because an American loves freedom, he loves justice, he loves truth. And it's not about gun toting, it's not about any of those things. It's simply a biospirit. It's within you. And so what Queen Boudica, that biospirit of freedom, that biospirit of sovereignty for her people, and to not be ruled by by foreigners, it was in her. See, she had every reason to capitulate to Rome. I mean, Roman Empire, just like the American Empire today, was vast. It was huge, militarily strong and deep. But it was that spirit within her that refused to capitulate, refused to bow down to Rome, and was willing to die, and did die, for her people's freedom and sovereignty, for their nation. And that was what was going on with them, is not even close to what has transpired today with America and Americans. I mean, it is long past doing something, right? Because all I've heard from the Patriot movement since the 90s, oh, just wait till this happens, and we're going to just wait till this. Then it's always the next event. It's always next time. It's always next time. It's always next time. 2020 was the perfect time. So what it goes to show you is it's not about bragging about what you have. It's an inward thing, that whether you have a gun or not, that desire for freedom and sovereignty and that unwillingness to compromise is a biospirit within a true American. Because a lot of people play the part of a patriot. Oh, they buy the guns. They talk conservative talking points, vote Republican or whatever. Oh, vote, independent. Oh, I'm a libertarian. That's all just window dressing. That doesn't make you an American. What makes you American is having that biospirit, that love for freedom, that love for truth, honor, and justice. And that's what Queen Boudicca had. And against all odds, she did a lot of damage to the Roman Empire, because she appealed to these people's dignity, right? We only live this life once. And to allow our country, the greatest gift to man after Christ and his gospel, to just be swept under the rug because we have this weird, bizarre idea of eschatology, would be criminal. And we need to keep the torch and the flame of patriotism alive, real patriotism, not this right-wing, neoconservative, Zionist crap. I'm talking about true patriotism, true original American 1776 spirit. All right, guys. Out.